fresh from Spain. I've got Joshua Duffy in front of the camera today, and I wanted to question him about his experience on the World Championships. Obviously, he fishes for the under-20s, and he's had an exceptional record over the last 3 or 4 years, and I think it deserves a little bit of time in front of the cameras for, because it's not an achievement everyone's managed to have. You know, at such a young age, he's got a string of medals up on his wall. So Spain was no different. Brought back a silver medal, so congratulations, and I want to hear all about it. So without further ado, Josh, I want to ask you first of all about your week of practice. We're not going to talk about the match days just yet. So talk me through the first day of practice. Obviously, you experienced first time on the venue. What was it like?
To be fair, it wasn't as good as we expected on the first day. We'd been to Merida Masters in April, which was just to get a good feel for the venue. We were catching probably 800 gram Carasio to a kilo 200, with the odd cap like 2 to 6 kilo. The venue were completely different by the time we'd gone out. It were now full of Carasio about that big, about half an ounce.
Tiny.
15 gram we worked them out to be. And on the first day they just weren't there properly. We had, I think, I had 2.5 kilo, which was hideous.
So you went out prior to the event, did you?
Yeah, we went out for we just went out for a feel at venue in April on the Merida Masters event, which I think there was 130 anglers on it, and including a lot of anglers from all national teams as well. So it was quite a high profile event. I personally didn't do as well as I wanted to. I think I came upper halfway, maybe 40th or something like that. But we learnt a lot. We got a good feel for the venue.
What did you learn from that?
Well, it didn't really come into it on the match days or anything, but we learnt a lot about the slider fishing.
Right, okay.
Which obviously we don't do much of over here, so we learnt a lot about rigs. We learnt from Milo Colombo. He was there, he was next to us practicing one day, so we went and watched him. Showed us a lot of things. We learnt loads just about slider rigs, and how to feed for them better fish.
And when you were sort of going to the venue, did you sort of anticipate the possibility of some slider fishing coming into it?
We knew it wasn't going to, but we knew we needed to have it practiced in case on the 5% occasion that it did need to be fished.
Yes.
That we had to pick it up. So we had it practiced as well in practice.
Yes. And talk to me a bit about the venue first before we get too sidetracked. What is it actually called, and what's in it?
The River Guadiana, I think it is. Guadiana. Well folks, we've just got here in Merida. First look at the match venue, and it looks solid. Be very, very interesting on the first match day to see how it pans out.
Okay.
It's literally right in the middle of nowhere in Spain, so if you can imagine where Seville is, it's about 2 hours north of that, right in the middle of nowhere. Very, very hot. There wasn't a day where it were less than 40 degrees, so very, very challenging conditions, especially for fake gingers like me, who were very, very sunburnt. And it was just full of little Carasio. We caught some, they were like them spiky poisson chat, but they weren't as well. They were spiky, but they weren't the same fish.
Catfish you mean?
Little catfish, yeah.
Little catfish and Carasios.
Little spiky catfish, lots of Carasio, little carp, bleak.
Any bonus fish?
Yeah, some carp, no bigger than 4 kilo, but they were prominent in all the pegs all around.
Okay, little areas.
Yeah, little areas of them, little pockets.
So talk to me about the first day of practice, and we'll go back onto that.
First day of practice, not good at all. Very, very upsetting.
Do you remember what box you were in?
No. No, not a clue. I think we was in one of them that didn't end up getting put in.
So for anyone who doesn't understand how, or hasn't seen how it works on a World Championships, correct me if I'm wrong, Josh, but you get assigned a different box each day of, is it 4 days practice?
4 days of practice for us,
and you get a random box each day, which is drawn by the captain, I think, at the start of the week. To try and give you a feel of the venue, is that correct?
Yeah, I want to say we were on box 5 on the first day, which is right in the middle of the stretch. It didn't end up going in because it was quite rocky, so it was quite an unfair bit of the river.
Right.
Also there's like a bit of a cut back. Imagine the stretch going like that, like a curve. We were sat at the back of the curve.
Right, okay.
I had 2.5 kilo of them catfish. Them Carasio weren't in the numbers. The M boxers caught them, but no one else did.
Okay.
So we knew they were going to come in because there's been a World Champs on the venue before. We knew they were going to come in, but
at that point there wasn't many of them little Carasios
there were not there. You could see him topping maybe 50 metres, 60 metres out.
That's pretty crazy because the amount
Yeah.
of fish that you've seen. Well, I'll put some video over the screen now of what it actually turned out to be like, but it was absolutely ridiculously solid
It
by
was.
the end of the week.
There were an unreal amount of fish, yeah.
So obviously first day of practice, not the best box. What about second day? Do you remember
Day
what happened?
2, I want to say we were on box 8 or 9,
Yeah.
and from what I remember, we started to catch these little Carasio in the second half, but we weren't. I think some of us were doing other things. Some of us were fishing long for bigger fish, but we didn't catch them.
Okay.
Some of us were fishing like short on the bottom at 5 metres, bottom of the rocks. Some of us were on whips. We were all doing different things, and we all sort of came to the conclusion we thought it were going to be whips at the end of the week, but not yet.
What's the idea of everyone fishing different methods then?
So you can sort of gauge in a match what you would catch from it, if that makes sense. So if I'm fishing the whip all day and one of the other lads is fishing at 5 metres all day, you compare the nets at the end, you can see who's had more. If you do
okay.
that, it's just an easy way of finding out what's going to work in a match day.
Yeah.
Something like, for example, something we didn't really do, but the other team did at Poland, who came third in the end, but they won the first day. They fished for carp in the last half an hour, and I think every one of them caught them.
Right.
We
Okay.
didn't do that. We fished for small fishing. We had more consistent results in the end because on second day it didn't work out the same.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, nice, interesting. So what did you learn on the second day?
Second day we just learnt we needed to learn how to catch these little Carasio on the whips.
Yeah. Okay.
So it was just the start of how to catch these. We had some lads trying to catch up at 5 metres on the bottom. It just wasn't as quick. You were doing 3 a minute, which is, as daft as that sounds, that's very quick, yeah, but it wasn't quite quick enough.
Right. Okay. So like you 3 minutes not fast enough.
Yeah, that's sort of the issue.
That's what you're trying to learn.
Yeah, pretty
All
much.
right.
Well, folks, I've had day 2 of practice today, and this is me doing a bit of prep. Today's been really good. That good that I'm setting up some 1.5 metre whips up to 2.5. Today I've had 9 kilo of little Carasio. I think I've had just over 500 of them. So, lots of different ways of fishing at the minute. I'll do a bit more of a catch up later, but just sort of show you me prep.
And what talk me through the whip then, because obviously this is like quite interesting. And this is when you started to learn about
This
the whip.
is the whip I used actually, one of them.
There you
can
go.
still see it's got the red dye on it there. Just a little 2 metre whip,
What's so special about them?
just allows you to catch very quickly. So whereas on the top kit you've got elastic, you've got line, you'd have to slide the top kit down to there and swing. With this, you just go like that, lift, and you've got all that line there. Swing the fish straight to your hand, and when you catch the fish, unhook it like that, and in the same motion you can flick the whip out and put your fish in the net.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So it's like super efficient way of catching them.
Yeah, very very efficient way of catching them.
There's a tiny little whip as well.
Yeah, it's only 2 metres. We fished 2.5 and 1.5 metre whips as well. We did fish a top kit line in the end, but I'll get onto that later.
Right.
My match days mainly consisted of fishing that 2 metre whip. I had probably about 3 of them set up, maybe 4.
Right. Okay.
4 of them, 4 1.5 metres and 2 2.5.
How did the rest of practice go then? You've the last 2 days. I'm assuming you were just practicing that whip fishing.
Well, day 3 and day 4 for me were the exact same as the match days. I was just whip fishing all day, but
Right, folks, we've just finished day 3 practice. I'm just about to go to sleep, and see if you can guess by the look of my hand what I've been doing today. I've been doing a lot of whip fishing. I've had 9.5 kilo of whip fish. I don't know how many that'll have worked out. I think they've been about 15 gram a piece. Learning a lot on this venue. There's a lot of different tactics coming into it. It'll be very interesting to see what goes down tomorrow. I think we're going to try and target a few more better fish, see if we can get anything figured out for them. But it sounds like it's mainly going to be a whip approach and a bit of big fish hunting if we're a bit desperate. Other teams have been catching them. I think Holland had a 20 kilo of them today, but that box will be taken out come the match days, so it'll be interesting. See what happens tomorrow.
at that point we were trying different mixes, different things in the mix, different things on the hook, different ways of hooking it, different hooks, just all that sort of stuff, trying to narrow it down to what would end up being the winning tactic, which I think Well, we didn't win. We lost out by a point, but I think we had it right. I do think we did.
Okay.
I just think we had a few things not go our way. Same time, we had a lot go our way. So it was just one of them venues, if that makes sense.
What about, you talked to me about, you said there that you sort of trying different ways of feeding and
Yeah.
what feeds the best in quantities and stuff like that. Did you find any colours better, or did you do any experiments with bait?
I'll let you decide.
Red.
Very, very red.
Right, okay.
Red were great.
Okay.
Red were best by far. Red Triassics in our mix. That was something I got put on with on the third day, and that's when we found out it works. It literally transformed my pegs. So when the fish came in, you had a big ball there. You could just see them going in a circle. When someone says that your peg's black, that's what they mean. Like it were literally black with fish. You could just see them there.
Yeah.
Before I fed that red mix, there were no, you couldn't see them. And within 5 minutes of feeding it, it was just a ball there. I'm sure there'll be a video somewhere.
Yeah.
If not, just imagine it. It's just a big ball of Carasio.
Right. Okay. No catfish.
No catfish. They've all been. They're just getting out. You don't get any. You don't see them.
Oh, really?
You might get the odd one on the bottom, but you'll never catch them surely. They don't seem to come onto whip line.
Yeah.
There's
them
more bottom
Carasios,
feeders than anything else.
Them Carasios just bully them out. They're quite aggressive feeders, aren't they?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And how did you work out it was red?
So, I got given red. Other lads got given yellow, and obviously walking up and down the length, you get to see all the different colours everyone's using, everything that's being put in the bait, additives, etc. Things up as daft as baby milk, just to make it linger a bit longer.
Wow.
I was trying that on the last day. It wasn't good.
Yeah.
It was very, very bad. But just little things like that. And in the end, we found red were best. The mix, we found the mix out. I won't share it because there will be a world champs on there in the future, and it will probably work again.
Yeah.
So I'm best off not sharing that. But
that's fine. I'm not gonna ask for all your secrets.
And I can't tell you all the secrets.
It's fair to keep a few things to yourself. But so that's the practice sort of covered, really. I think you.
Yeah.
Essentially, you were just practicing. Once you knew it was the whip fishing.
We sort of figured out. We thought we were going to need 12 kilo to come top 3 in a section, which wasn't entirely right. Come the match days, you needed a bit more.
Right.
So, we still did enough though.
Yeah.
We still did enough. We're still happy with what we've got. We were doing anywhere from in practice. I think the max weight we did of little Carasio was 14 kilo.
Okay.
On the last day, I did 9 kilo of them, and I spent half a day on the mix that we didn't end up fishing, and half a day on the mix that we did fish, and I probably caught the majority of that in the second half of the day.
Nice. Okay. So once you got to the end of the practice week, what happens then?
So then it's the hard decision really. It's one I wouldn't want to make, and you've got to drop someone.
So 6 of you go out there to practice?
In ours, it's 5 that practice.
Okay.
We took 6 this year, so 1 to learn, 5 to practice, and 4 to fish. So on the Thursday afternoon, I think it was, we found out who were fishing. Unfortunately, Tommy Higginbottom wasn't fishing, but he'd fished mega all week.
He was what?
He's won it. I think he was probably the youngest.
What,
in the
didn't he
team
fish in the under-15s the year before?
Fished in the under-15s last year, the team that won gold.
Yeah.
We had 3 of their team members this year.
Nice.
As we had Billy Kirk go up. He's old. And there was the team for the match days was me, George McHugh, Alfie Nichols, and Alfie Swayton. And
yes.
yeah, Alfie Swayton fished in the under-15s team for 3 years prior. I want to say.
Yeah, he's
Where's my
been.
drink? I'm having a drink.
Have a drink, lad.
I'm having a drink.
We're doing a lot of
There
talking.
was plenty of that going on in.
What's there?
Lots of water.
Yeah, lots of water. You got to be careful with that sun out there. You don't want to be getting under the weather.
Especially me. I'm covered in fat to 50 every day.
Good lad. So the team's picked, and then does that mean that you fished in on the Friday? Is the Friday the last day of practice?
Friday was our match day.
Oh, the match day, Friday, Saturday.
Usually it's the last day of practice, but for us it was the match day this year. So it means that you fish on the Friday, and then it's up to the manager whether you fish on the Saturday or not, depending on how you do on the Friday.
Yeah, if they want to, they can change the team going into the second day. So
they can.
What were you getting up to on the Thursday night then? What does that entail?
The Thursday night was extremely busy. I don't think I got to sleep till about 11:30, maybe 11, if I were lucky.
Right.
And I was one of the earliest ones to go to bed. It's just making up whips, making up rigs, making sure all your elastics are all right, redoing your elastics. Every whip rig that you fished in the day, you retie it if it's right.
Yeah.
And if it's not right, then you tie the right ones.
Yeah.
Just making sure all your gear is absolutely bang on.
Yeah.
You do not want to be going to the bank without your gear prepped.
Yeah.
All hooks topped up, all hooks tied. Make sure they're strong. You don't want. You can't afford any mistakes in the World Championships. It's a World Championship, so
Absolutely.
you've got to just make sure everything's bang on.
So you're basically just making sure your gear's 100%.
Just making sure it's all 100%. I even cleaned it a little bit, I think,
Oh,
just
clean.
to make
It needs a
sure
cleaner.
I had that slickness.
Seen
almost.
your gear?
Yeah, it's not clean now.
No. Okay, so first day of the World Championships.
Yeah,
Where did you draw, and how did it go?
drew a 11
Right.
or 10,
How many teams were there?
12 or 13.
Okay, so quite towards the top of.
Oh, hang
Box
on.
A.
It was 11, 12 or 13. I don't remember.
Right.
And I was either on a 9 or a 11, I think.
You're up towards the top end of A
Yeah,
section.
top end of A
anyways.
section anyway. Don't think I was. I was towards a gap
Yeah.
where they'd taken some boxes out at middle.
Right.
I fancied it. It looked all right. Turned out to be all right.
Right. So, like, did you fancy that area, or were you not too fussed? Was it
Would
very?
have fancied the other end.
Was
the
it
other
very
end,
fair?
And I fancied the other end because that's where the big fish lived in the Merida Masters and looked like they still lived. But turned out it was all right. It was all much of a muchness.
Did you have a team plan going into the first day then?
Yeah, that.
The whip.
That was the main team plan, and all else we'd be told about. We did have a way of feeding the big fish line, but we never. I personally never went on it.
But there was a plan.
There was a plan B. There was a plan B indeed. Yeah.
But you wouldn't. Did you feed that?
Fed it to start with.
Fed it to start with.
Yeah.
Okay. So talk me through then the first day of the match. Then go on, carry on. I won't
First
interrupt
match days, set up a load of whips, set up a top kit line, some rigs for my long pole. I've fed it all to start with. Fed a litre in the pre-baiting on my short whip line, and I started on my whip line and I finished on my whip line. It was a fairly simple match for me.
Right.
I just fished the whip all day.
How long was your match? 4 hours.
4 hours. It felt like ages because I was you're just catching that many. You don't know what, you lose track of time. Like, I didn't actually know what time it was.
Yeah.
Or out. I'd measured all my bait out to make sure I had enough per hour.
Yeah.
And I've just fished that. We've fished. I was fishing 0.2 floats. I've got them down here.
Go on, show us one of them
Want me
floats.
to show you one?
Yeah.
We were fishing. Got a lot of floats in here. See if I can find one. There, fishing. Them
Hold it
and a
out there.
0.2 were just like a nice little strung shirt button. Not as far apart as shirt button, probably 20 mil apart, and just catching on the drop. And I also had one of them set up with a bulk.
Nice.
What else? I'll show you the floats I use long.
Yes. This is for the bonus.
This is for the bonus fish,
carp.
so you want something strong. You want something that's not going to break. You want something that's not going to end up in a million pieces. And we found, this is what they made over there. This was their own brand. Glass stem, through the body, varnished up as well. Just a nice bodied float, to be honest. It's just nice. I'd use it. It's like, it'll work out nice for an island float, to be fair.
Has it got a thick tip on it?
Yeah, well, it's not hideously thick, but
No.
it's all right.
What was the bait for long then?
Corn, mainly.
Yeah.
Corn, 1 bit of corn, 2 bits of corn. Didn't really fish anything else on the hook for that, to be fair.
What did you feed? Corn.
No, we fed hemp. I can tell you that because we didn't really go on it. So we were feeding hemp
Right. Okay.
on that long line.
And just fishing corn over hemp. It's good bait in England. That as well, to be fair.
Corn over hemp.
Right.
It's the plan.
Okay. So, how many fish did you catch then on the first day?
On the first day, it was quite hard, to be honest. Difficult fishing. I had 1,066 fish,
Oh my god.
a battered hand, and 16.5 kilo, I think I weighed.
That's
No,
more than you
16
thought you
kilo.
were going to need.
I had 16 kilo, 60 grams,
Wow.
which was enough for third in the section, beat by 2 carp that had been caught.
Fair play.
Bit frustrating, but
Yeah.
it's the gamble I've took and it's worked for him. And as frustrating as it is, I've beat the Irish lad by 20 grams, and I beat the Spanish lad by 40 grams, who have also done the same as me. So
Very close.
very, very close, because that's one or two fish
1 or 2 fish over the
over the course of 4 hours. I mean, we've all had over 1,000 each.
Crazy.
Yeah, it were a bit unfortunate. I felt a bit sorry for him, to be fair, because
Well, it swings and
It
roundabouts.
swings and roundabouts.
There'll
What
be
we got-
times when you get beat by 20 grams, and it's just how it
that's what
goes.
I mean.
So then, do you think that comes down to stamp of fish?
Partially, yeah, because the Irish had 1,100, I had 1,066, so I know it's only 34, but I think maybe the odd better fish that we've caught.
Odd chunky one.
Yeah, I just think they've made the difference. So.
And do you think there's a way of catching them bigger fish?
Yep.
Are you allowed to tell me
Can't
that? we'll have to
There's
leave them wondering.
little secrets
Yeah.
that we figured out about these Crassio.
That definitely helped you
little
catch bigger ones.
But the main thing was making sure you came back with one every time. So
Yeah.
well, I was flicking past,
Yeah.
striking, and then striking and striking. So you get 3 strikes out of each go. It's just all about doing little strikes and the way you hold your whip and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't doing that right at the start of the week. The lads, the coaching team have put me right on it, and that's the reason that I've managed to catch the number I have.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice.
Ultimately, it's down to coaches. I mean, the work they do for us it's mental.
Who's the coaches?
This year, there was Jason Kirk, Samantha Sim, Rob Wright came out to help us. He was mega on the bank, and my dad, actually, he's one of the coaches.
Nice.
Yeah, and there's loads. To be honest, I could sit and keep listing people off that have helped us. Adrian Higginbottom, he had a big say in a lot of things. Everyone on the bank, just all the parents, just loads of people came out. One of the lads that I know, Jim Burke, he came out and bank run for me.
Nice.
He did a mega job. There's just that many people on
There's
the
a
bank
big
that we could
team.
thank.
A big team of
Big
people.
team, and I think it makes a big difference as well.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
not something everyone else has got, something we've got, and it's obviously helped us to success in the last few years.
Yeah. And on that, before we talk about the second day, what results have you had over the last 3 years?
Last 3 years, in Slovenia, my first year, I didn't fish, I went out to learn, and we came second that year.
Silver medal.
Silver medal. Portugal the year after, that was my first year fishing when I got picked. Team won it, that was the year I did well.
Individual
I won
gold?
it. Yeah, Billy Cook came second. Callum Jennings came second in Slovenia. Serbia last year we won it as a team, and this year you'll find out in a second.
Yes. So after the first day then, what was the standings? How did everyone else get on?
We weren't really in the position we wanted to be in.
Right.
It wasn't a bad position to be in, we were 4th.
Okay.
First misses, so I think we had, I want to say 16 points, which is still a really low score,
Yeah.
but there were teams with lower scores and teams that had absolutely bombed out.
16 points.
16 points, and that were only good enough for 4th. 11 points were winning, that were Poland. Second were Spain, I think, on 13, and I want to say France were 4th on 14. We were tying with Italy on 16, and then it was a bit of a jump then to the next lads. I think they were on 26.
Right, okay. So you felt like you were in a half decent position. If
Felt
you,
like there were 5 teams that were going for it, and
Yeah.
we were one of them, so we were
Okay.
happy.
Nice.
And that night we've had a meeting, we've managed to pinpoint a few more things to catch us them extra fish, catch us a bit more, and we've come on to the second day. I've drawn the complete opposite end of the match length. I've drawn D9, I want to
Nice.
say, or D7, one of them two.
Okay.
I don't know. One of them 2 pegs. I think it was D9, which well, it didn't have a good result off the day before.
Yeah.
But,
But does that matter really?
no, I don't think it did matter because we're fishing completely different
Yeah.
mixes, different tactics. It was an Italian that were on it the day before. They were joint on points with us, but they were fishing a completely different tactic to us.
Yeah, they were fishing more for big fish, I take
No,
it.
they were fishing on the bottom.
Oh, right, okay.
On the bottom, catching better stamp fish, like you get an odd 30-gram carp in between.
Oh,
They were catching odd better fish, whereas we were catching more fish but quicker.
smaller.
Yeah, smaller. So
Nice.
that's I wasn't really bothered by what he'd had off it the day before.
Yeah.
And I've had a very similar match really. I've started on the whip and I finished on the whip. So I've had eight hours over that weekend of just whip fishing.
I'm down here with Joshua Duffy. Josh is down in D section. It's day 2 of the World Champs, and Josh is another one of our lads who is slaying them. What's a little Crassio on the whip. I think he's just hit around 500 fish, coming up to the second hour. end of the second hour. Things are a little bit more awkward for him at the minute because he's got this, I don't know if you can see, horrible bit of scum coming down to him. But Josh being Josh, he's using it to his benefit and just continuing to empty it. He's well up there in his section, and halfway through we're very happy at the moment with everyone's results. But it's way too early and lots of things can change. Ooh. What do you reckon, Peter? Are you happy?
I hate these moments. We're always happy.
Squeaky bum time, Pete.
Yeah. Got to keep his nerve.
But Josh has just shown his class once again. Emptying it. I'll let you know how we get on.
Plus the days on practice where I've just whip fished. 16 hours of just whip fishing. My head were fried.
So you've whipped it all day again?
Whipped it all day again.
How many fish this time?
Not as many, because
Really?
I had an hour where I had just scum on the water.
Oh no.
Which, there'll be a video soon you'll see I had to proper whip it to get it through, which wasn't right really.
Yeah.
It's getting windy now.
Yeah,
Not like this in
I
Merida.
don't think it's sounds too bad on the camera. Hopefully, you'll have to excuse us. We're on the junkie today, and it is blowing a hoolie.
Yeah.
But it sounds okay. So
Sounds alright, that's
You're
alright.
not going to get blown off your box, are you?
That's fine, maybe.
That would be funny.
I had 890,
Still quite a few.
but not as many as the other day.
No. How did it end up you in the section then?
I got second in the section.
Oh,
I was
brilliant
beat by a
result.
kilo with that.
Oh, by a kilo.
Yeah.
Why was it a bit of a lower weight section?
I don't know. It was lower weight the day before, lower weight this time. I had 12 and a bit. No, I didn't. I had 13 and a bit kilo.
Still
So
a fair few though. Were they a little bit bigger? Or does
think
that
it
work
worked-
out the same stamp?
worked
Does
out
it?
about the same.
Oh, did it? Yeah.
Yeah, very similar. There wasn't much in between it.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I think the lad that beat me went on to win the World Championship. So
Ah.
I think that says about how he. I think he fished in the section the day before as well.
Did he catch any? What was the difference
All
in
small
his?
fish, but
Oh,
I don't
really?
think he had that scum.
Right. Okay.
Not
Yeah.
sure. I could be wrong. I didn't fish his peg, but
Yeah. Yeah.
either way, he caught a kilo more, and he obviously did it right.
Nice.
He's done it right both days. He won his section both days. He won the World Championship.
What was his name?
Cedric Fargao,
Where was he from?
Français.
Francais. Okay. Nice.
Oui, oui.
Oui, oui. And that's actually where the World Champs are going to be next year, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Catching little poisson chat.
Little spiky catfish.
Yeah, my hand's going to be absolutely knackered.
Red raw. So, back on track. First day you've been third.
Yep,
Second day you've been second.
I have.
How did all the other boys get on the second day?
Alfie Nichols on the first day came second in his section, and on the second day won his section. 3 points can be enough to win it, but as we know, Cedric in my section got 2. So we were hoping he was second, but he won. He was third because someone else is tied on points with him. One of the Polish lads who was also had 3 but beat him on weight.
Fair play.
A bit unfortunate really. He's had Alfie's had all small fish both days. The other guys caught some. I don't even know how to pronounce his name.
You'll butcher it.
Yeah, I'll butcher it, but lovely lad. I was speaking to him afterwards. He's fished it bang right. He's caught some carp. The Polish team in the end came third. We came second.
Silver medal.
Agonisingly though, a point behind Spain.
Oh no.
Oh
Yeah, that's not what you want to see, is
no.
it?
No, him at all.
Always a bit of a gutter when everyone wants to win that gold. But again, consistency, another team medal and another individual medal in the team
Yeah.
tells you a lot about the team and the standard of you boys. I mean, you'd spend a lot of the fishing places like we are today at the Junkie,
Yeah,
doing
like
some
Junkie.
filming.
Nice and windy, nice. Very versatile venue though. This like you can do all sorts, so keeps you on your toes and it helps. I feel like that's a big part of why we all do so well when we go abroad.
Yeah, you put a lot of the time in on the natural venues
Yeah,
in the UK throughout the year, and it pays off because another silver medal is a pretty brilliant result, mate.
it's all right. It's you're not going to complain with it.
No.
I've had 4 years now and I've got 5 medals and it's not bad at all. But
Very good.
I don't want it. No, yeah, you don't want it to end. We're all as a team as well. We're a really good team. We all get along really well, which I
Yeah.
think is really really important. We
Yeah.
all talk a lot.
Yeah.
We do a lot together as well. Like we'll have a lot of practice days. We're off to Holland soon. We're off in October, which I don't think is actually I don't think many people know about, but we're off to Holland in October.
And what's the purpose of that?
It's sort of like a home international, if that makes sense.
Just a bit of practice in Europe.
Yeah, we're fishing against Holland, Belgium, and France.
Nice.
I think we are.
That'd
So
be good. Well,
They call it the Interland.
Oh, right.
That's what it is.
Interland. Okay.
Yeah.
I suppose it's a similar principle. Fishing against them anglers in their countries
Yeah.
is like when you sort of in my terms it'd be like if anyone asked me how to improve at match fishing, would be go and fish against people that are of a higher standard than yourself.
Yeah.
So I suppose going in on their home soil and watching them fish, you're going to learn a lot.
Yeah, we're going to go and try to learn a lot, but hopefully, ultimately, we want to win.
Hopefully smash them up.
We want to win.
There's no reason why you won't.
We're not there to come second.
No.
But it's blood woman joker fishing, something that we feel like,
That'll suit you guys well.
yeah,
Bream?
but it'll also suit them lot well. So,
Yes, they live
but
there.
we've got a lot to learn on it, so
Yeah.
it's the perfect time to do it. We're confident anyway. It'll be good.
Well, thank you very much for that insight. That was actually very, very interesting.
No worries.
And congratulations to yourself and the rest of the team.
Thank you very much.
A brilliant result, and I'm sure there'll be many, many more medals to come for you and the rest of the boys.
I hope you're right. I hope there's one in October.